refresh this. There you are. It says I'm live. It's not saying it's waiting for me. Nice. Okay. 1 2 1 2. Okay, cool. We're on. We're on. Nice. Nice. We're on. Hello everyone, it's Tom. Not going to be on for long tonight. Still not feeling 100%. I thought I'd just pop on for a little bit. Thought I'd change the game up slightly. We've gone from Lego Marvel Superheroes to Lego Marvel Avengers, which is, granted, it's not a better game, but by no means is it a bad game. I'd honestly go as far as to say that all three games are great. I just don't think the third one is that good, or the Lego Marvel 2 is that good. Although, retroactively speaking, I feel like this feels more like a sequel. Anyway, we've got Superior Iron Man and Spider-Man. I will say the flight controls in this game are considerably better, but you're also missing out on a lot of the really cool stuff, like the the Baxter building and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of sad, because obviously this game is set in the MCU. Probably one of the few good MCU games, which is quite funny, but who's getting mugged? Who's getting mugged?
If you're not careful, you gotta get them bags back. It's all
There you are.
Oh, thanks,
There you are. That was cool. Anyway, yeah, it's been quite fun, to be fair. Just I did post a new video last night, first one in a good couple of months. Obviously it's not like seen well, but at the same time I thought, I'll go on then. In fact, I'm going to play as my favourite Iron Man suit. This suit looks amazing, but it's actually not my number one favourite. My number one favourite in this game, at least, is this one, which I really do hope gets an upgrade soon, because I know quite a lot of the old Iron Man suits have been remade as actual minifigs. To be honest, I kind of hope this whole game gets remade. Not to say that this game's bad, but utilising the Skywalker Saga engine, the Lego Batman game engine. I'd love to see. Now, my pitch personally is rather than an Infinity Saga game, name it as the Avengers Saga. So that way, the main story is the first game, the first Avengers film, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. However, include story missions from key moments. Because in my opinion, Captain America Civil War, whilst it's a Captain America story through and through. Otherwise, they'd have done it as an Avengers film. Civil War does feel borderline an Avengers movie. And I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it was the second hit the Russo brothers made after the Winter Soldier. Also, it introduced key players like Spider-Man and Black Panther. It's just an amazing game, amazing film, and I really want to see it get some love in a game. This is pretty cool. But yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see a new Marvel game covering all the Avengers films, because I love the Avengers films, and also the minifigs have been redesigned, the engine has been reworked. It just feels like the right time to do it, to get the ultimate Avengers gaming experience. It's not like the 2021 was that good, dare I say. But oh well, it's one of them things. It's not the best game, but at the same time, I would rather yeah, I would rather not slag the game too much. But yeah, probably going to keep this one quite short. I said that already, why did I repeat that? One thing I love about this game in particular is how many... Let me turn my microphone down, not my mic, just my headset down a little bit. One thing I love about this game in particular is just the sheer like quantity of like Easter eggs and like references to the game, like, or like to I don't know what to say, like to the MCU. It feels so for this era of the MCU that was very much pre-Infinity War and kind of tapping on that end of Phase 2, start of Phase 3 like era, which was a very good era. I remember that because they were releasing quite a lot of hits. It was, you know, you had like Black Panther, Homecoming, Doctor Strange. You had all sorts of really good films, and I just really like remember this kind of like post Age of Ultron era leading up to Civil War, wondering what was going to happen with Infinity War and Endgame, given that the Avengers had split up, and it was just an amazing time to be a Marvel fan. Not like these days where it's all, you know, it's all just constantly complaining. And admittedly, Marvel has released some very questionable projects. I think they've oversaturated with the sheer quantity of Disney Plus shows, and also sheer lack of interconnectivity and actually like giving context as to, you know, what's relevant and what's not. Because these days it's like, well, everything's either involved or not. And it's like, well, it's just kind of exhausting to keep up, which is why I'm kind of glad they've gone back to doing things that just kind of stand out on their own. But yeah, it is one of those weird things. But ultimately, I don't mind it as such anymore. Yeah, we've got Doomsday on the way. It kind of feels, touch wood, I don't jinx anything here, but it kind of feels like the franchise is on the right tracks again, and it's like, that's just amazing. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I'm very excited to watch the next few Marvel. In fact, the next MCU films are going to be Spider-Man and Avengers, so it's like it all kind of feels right again. Because the last time we had an Avengers movie and Spider-Man movie in the same year was 2019, which was probably one of the last years for good, like consistently good Marvel movies. This year I feel like it's been a step in the right direction with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, but at the same time, it's been kind of, you've got a hit and then you've got a miss, then you've got another hit and then you've got a massive miss. Like, it's kind of exhausting to keep up with. Like, it's actually really exhausting. I think the worst year, in my opinion, was 2023, because you had Quantumania, which I thought was a massive disappointment. Then you had Guardians 3, which is one of my favourite films in the entire franchise, and then you capped off the year with the Marvels. So I'm just like, that just feels a bit underwhelming. But yeah, yeah. I'm just going to quickly hop off and see what's going on there. Twitch. I've got my volume down, so I'm... We are going to keep this very short. I keep saying that. To be honest, I'm kind of tempted to stop streaming now, and just like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling 100%, so I may call it any minute. To be honest, I kind of got my hopes up thinking I was going to be alright, but I'm just still feeling a bit drained. Yeah, I thought I'd give this go. To be honest, I don't know what's happening, because for some reason my stream wasn't actually showing up on my phone, and obviously I watch... Oh, hang on, I need to hold that thought, or just ditch it, I don't care. This right here is my most wanted Lego set of all time, the Avengers Tower. The Avengers Tower got made into a modular building in 2023, and it is without a doubt my favourite Lego set that I've ever seen. It's the one I want the most. I actually want it more than the Daily Bugle, which is crazy because I love Spider-Man, and the Daily Bugle modular is like my White Whale Lego set. That set actually retires at the end of the year, so in like just a couple of weeks' time, and I'm devastated because I never managed to get it. And it's the same with this set here. The Daily Bugle came out as I was starting my last year of sixth form, and Avengers Tower came out during my second year of uni, so it's kind of like the timing for me at least, and it is just a me thing. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I wanted a degree more than I wanted Lego, so it's one of those things. But the white whale of my like Lego collection, or like my dream Lego collection, is the Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle. I do have the Sanctum, and I would love the X Mansion, but those two like skyscrapers are my like ultimate must-have Lego sets. At least for me. If you guys have any like Lego sets that you're like massively like desperate to get, do let me know, because I love talking Lego. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite pastimes. This right here, I think, would make a good modular, but the way they've done it in the game is highly inaccurate, because you've got like this little segment here, but it's very incomplete, because in the actual Avengers compound, and to be fair, it's kind of controversial saying this, because the Avengers compound has been made so many times as a playset. I feel like to get a modular version would kind of feel a bit like a cop-out. Whereas with the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower, it was like a good few years before they were actually like made as a modular. To be fair, the Sanctum Sanctorum and the X Mansion, the Sanctum was about like 4 years in between its playset and its modular, and the X Mansion was never actually made as a playset to begin with. So a compound does feel kind of likely. However, like I would much rather get Lego sets of sets that haven't actually been made before, like maybe a Pintech building, or you know, the Baxter building is the one I want the most. The one I would love, and I spoke about this in my last stream, is this one here, the Marvel Comics HQ. I just think it could be it could be where you finally get your Stan Lee minifig. Although, if I'm going to be honest, I don't see that ever happening. I think the family of Stan Lee have made it perfectly clear that they want to protect Stan's name and his reputation, which is I completely support. I completely support that. I think I think in a Lego set, it'd be the ideal one to get the likes of, Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and then maybe a couple comic book minifigs, or even some MCU ones, and stick Kevin Feige in there. You could do a Marvel Comics HQ or a Marvel Studios HQ, where you've got like different like exclusive variants of characters. There'll be a great place to get the likes of the Winter Soldier, Captain America. You could get you can get all sorts. You could get some kind of exclusive Spider-Man minifig. There's just umpteen different options you can make with this building as an actual modular building. And to be fair, it's one of those sets where it's such an iconic building, despite not having a place in the Marvel universe, it would be perfect for like Lego cities. I follow a couple of Lego cities, and just looking at this building, I would personally change these outdated renders of the first Lego Marvel game, and maybe swap them in with some new prints or some new sticker pieces. They'll most likely be stickers, but just maybe like pimp it out to be something that is quite extraordinary. It's just kind of my way of thinking. I'd absolutely love a modular Marvel Comics HQ set. In fact, I would probably take that over like a Fisk Tower or something. That's a bold move to say, because I love the Kingpin and I love like the street level side of the Avengers. But just a Marvel Comics building would be so cool. I do think they are moving towards DC modular, so which I'm a little bit sad about, but that's just biased really, because I prefer Marvel over DC. That's quite like an easy. Years ago, like about 10, I'd say that maybe 9 years ago, if you'd have asked me that, I'd have struggled a bit, because there was a lot of DC stuff I really enjoyed, particularly with the likes of the Arkham games, the Telltale Batman games. There's so much DC stuff I was enjoying. The Joker movie, obviously that got a really crap sequel, but at the same time, just saw how much it fell off and how well Marvel was doing, and now it's like they're both in very different positions because you've actually got an Avengers movie coming out with a direction, with an ambition, and now you've got the launch of the DCU, which obviously they're both very different positions because one is close to ending a saga and the other one is barely starting. Like it's you've got Superman now, and you've got Robert Downey Jr. You've just got so much like to look forward to with both Marvel and DC. I'm most interested to see who's playing the DCU Batman because I'm quite certain it's not going to be Robert Pattinson, considering that they want to do Damian Wayne and other Robins as well. And I'm all for that because I love the Bat family. But never mind talking about DC. This is a Marvel stream. We'll do some more DC content. I want to get the new Lego Batman game next year, so I might stream it. I might. No, I'm not gonna let's play it. Who am I kidding? I might do like or I might stream my first playthrough of the story, just like continuously. But then I like to stop at my own. No, I'm not gonna. No, sorry. I'm just gonna stream the game like after completing the story because I would much rather enjoy the game at my own pace. If I was working on like YouTube and Twitch, then yeah, sure, I'd happily do it because at the end of the day, you're earning a living, entertaining people, and that's literally what I do. But I like to, if I'm doing something for leisure, I like to do it at my own pace. But yeah, just love playing around with Iron Man at the moment. It's so much fun. I'll tell you what, we are going to switch over from Iron Man and Spider-Man. Here we have the Civil War Spider-Man. It's such a great... It's inaccurate as hell, but I don't care. It looks so nice. I would have... Oh, hello, Godfather of Soaps. Hope you're doing okay, mate. I'd absolutely love... Like, I actually used to have this minifig as well. It was quite crazy. I used to have this. I say I used to. It's in a box somewhere. It got lost when I moved. Hello, Godfather of Soaps. I hope you're doing okay, mate. We're going to move to... Oh, yeah, we're going to move to some fairly new characters in the Marvel roster. Where is he? They are. Sentry. And, Bucky. We'll go Bucky. Bucky. Because, unfortunately, Yelena's not actually in the game. In fact, no, let's go Ultron. There you are. Sentry and Ultron. Yeah. Sentry is one of my favourite new characters of the recent films. I'm not saying as far back as like just after Endgame, because that'll still go to Yelena. However, Sentry is a really cool character, and I'm really excited to see him in Doomsday. Although I wonder how they're going to do it. I wonder if Doom's going to... doing alright, mate, just falling out of HK. Do you want to talk about it, mate, or do you want to leave talking about any... Like, I don't mind. If you want to talk about it, I'm right here, but at the same time, I am just cautious in case... Because I don't really interact with him much, so I don't really know him that well. But at the same time, I don't want you to get any sort of backlash. But if you do want to talk about it, I am right here. I would be slightly biased, though, to be fair, because I don't really have much to do with the lad. He's one of those people. It's okay, mate. Alright, no problem. If you ever do need to talk, though, just let me know, and I'll try and link you up with some kind of like private server. I can tell. Oh, I can tell you. Okay, mate. All right, no problem. I'm all ears. He is someone I genuinely, I barely interacted with. I know he's commented on a couple of my videos, so I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I don't know him as much as like I know you. I've got nothing against him or anything, but it's, you know. Yeah. I was trying to talk to him about this feud and he's been in and how I avoided it. I was trying to be nice. I see. Okay. Alright, I get you. I get you. Is it like a an online feud with other other people on YouTube? But he just mouthed off to me. That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair. Yeah, that I don't agree with that. Because if you're trying to talk to him about a feud or like a situation, and you're getting that in return, then I don't support that. I don't support it. It's with England Keep It Real and his career. I don't think I've seen him. I don't actually know who that is. Are they another member of like the soap community, or are they a part of like different sort of like channel threads or anything like that? Because I'm not sure if I've ever like seen that one. But at the same time, just being in a feud, in my opinion, they're basically, oh Jesus Christ, okay. Do you know what? With a name like that though, it kind of, yeah, that kind of sums it up. England Keep It Real. England Post Corey. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, with a name like that, it's basically. I wouldn't be surprised if they go around painting bloody roundabouts and shit like that, or whatever the racist mob have been doing these days. Like, I think it's the painting roundabout stuff. It's just ridiculous, honestly, and I don't like that you've been kind of snapped at, even though you're trying to talk to them about having said feud with these people. Like, don't get me wrong, they do sound like a bunch of twats, but at the same... Right. If I have to disappear at some point, it is because there is an insubordinate amount of screaming going on my street. I have no clue what's happening, but it sounds kind of concerning. So if I do disappear, just be, don't be alarmed. But yeah, sorry about that. No, I completely get that. Like, I mean, I don't know who this person is, but at the same time, with a name like that, it kind of speaks for himself. This is the thing with social media. I think he's just mad. I haven't been a part of this feud since June, lol. And do you know what? Honestly, mate, as entertaining as watching feuds can be, being in them is just exhausting. So not being a part of this feud is the best thing you can do. Because sometimes it's easy. I left YouTube during the middle of it and came back 2 months later. Yeah, I understand, mate. It's like, it's just not... I don't think it's worth being in, like, feuds. Like, I've been in some, and I'd honestly go as far as to say I'm still in one. But, ultimately, they are exhausting. They are genuinely exhausting, and they bring it down. They do genuinely bring it down. The one I'm in is more of a much serious. I mean, it's not with anyone online. It's someone who is. I don't really know how much I can say. It's quite a serious thing. It's kind of come to a halt. It's kind of stopped. But it was an ongoing thing, and if I saw the person now, I'd probably, it wouldn't be a good situation. I wouldn't resort to any kind of, like, violence or arguing, but it was an awful situation. And I say I'm in it now. I'm not, but it's one of those feuds where it kind of feels like it's never, ever going to be resolved, due to the nature of it all. But that's a story for probably offline, to be honest. Yeah. Ultimately, I just think that I obviously I've never met you like in person, but I've spoken to you enough to understand how like genuine of a person you are. I mean, you're in all of my streams, for God's sake. If that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what does. You're loyal, you're compassionate. You are an incredible, incredible person. And to be honest, I feel like you're in a position now. It happened on Corey Arcade 60's post. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see. I'm going to actually hop in and just at least Google. I'm not going to type anything, but
Man, walking through this part of town always makes me really...
Roxxon really needs to improve on its safety record.
okay, I'm reading. I'm just reading up a little bit on what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I've seen what he said. Yeah. Jesus Christ, okay. Jesus. Five more until 5k for me. Right. Hang on, let me just jump on your channel quickly. Right. Anyone who's watching this this stream, whether it's on the VOD or whether it's live, or I don't really care to be honest. If you're watching it, go subscribe to Soap Centre City right now. That is an order. 5 more subs until 5,000. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. So I don't want any messing about. Get over there and subscribe now. I don't care how mean and how you know how that comes across. Do it. Do it. Otherwise you're going to be getting a very angry glare from me. Yeah, I have had a little read of the situation, mate, and I am very sorry. Like, that's not fair. That is not fair. At the end of the day, digital footprint is a very serious thing, and those people who are posting those racist, stupid, you know, posts, they're the ones who are gonna get their they're gonna get their comeuppance, because people have those idiots have become so lost in reality that what they class as patriotism and as, you know, national, like, you know, national support, it's just racist, fascist bullshit, you know. And I don't like to get political, but I have got morals. I do understand what right and wrong is, and I'm not having anyone I know be spoken to poorly at the you know. And again, I can't comment on HK much because I don't know the guy that well. I think we've had a couple of conversations. I feel like I see him in the comment sections. I just feel like we're very different people, so I wouldn't personally engage in a conversation, as I just feel like we would end up having an argument. I don't really like that. But at the same time, I just feel like, you know, having a go at you, it's just not on. Especially when it's a feud. I mean, this is the thing with online feuds. This is my genuine, like, opinion. You can stop at any point. You can, like, honestly, online feuds, the reason why they're more common nowadays is because they're more easier to access. You know, it used to be that two people had a problem, they'd either talk it out, they'd fight it out, they'd move on. Now, when it's online, there's always receipts, there's always, you know, misinterpretations, blah 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 blah. Everything's over text, everything's over voice note, you've got time to sit there and really prepare what you're going to say. It's actually quite impressive how much preparation goes into what you might say. Like if people spent more time in school focusing on what they're going to say in their exams and stuff like that, they'd be in much better positions. But it's like there's too much thinking time on social media, so it's easier to feud with people and keep that feud ongoing. Whereas they're the easiest to stop, because all you have to do is just press the block button and that's it. You know, and if it gets any further, if it goes any further than that, then cybercrime is such a massive thing nowadays. Like there's going to be measures to prevent it, but at the same time, it's like those people who are making those posts and just saying all that stuff, that racist bullshit, they're the ones who are going to ultimately suffer at the end of the day, because they're the ones that have just destroyed. They're destroying any chances they get of getting a job, keeping a job. It's people need to ask themselves: is it worth it? You know, is it actually worth it? Yeah. See, I'm glad you get what I mean. I'm glad you get what I mean. Like, I see these comments all the time of people, you know, in comment sections, particularly of subjects I'm quite passionate about, and you see these really disgusting, hateful comments, and I just have to ask them, like, is it worth it to say that? And then hide behind the, oh, it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of expression. Like, is it though? Is it? It just sounds, to me, it's just hate speech. And I have this conversation with people all the time, like, people come out and say things like, oh, you can't say this anymore, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, they were always hateful. It's just the meanings of it have been discovered later on. Why do you think they're used in that context? And, you know, it's okay if you use an expression and not understand what it means, and then be corrected on it respectfully. But if you know what something means and you still say it regardless, then yeah, you're a twat. You know, it's quite simple. Sorry, I don't know how this has all happened, but it's just one of those subjects where it's like, we enjoy feud videos, we post feud videos. I say we, I haven't posted one in about 6 or 7 years now, but we all love that kind of thing in fiction. But the thing about fiction is that it's not real. You know, you don't have to indulge in these things for real. And personally, I just feel like it's more exhausting on yourself if you do. It's just like,
Hey, over here.
yeah. Sorry, that is my rant on it. That is my rant on the matter. I do hope you're okay, mate. I really, really, really do. You are such a lovely, lovely person, and you're an absolute delight to talk to just be around. Honestly, I've had such a good time getting to interact with you, and whether it's a comment section of someone else's video or your own video or my streams, thanks a million. Anytime, dude, honestly. Like, you've been the most loyal supporter, and that, in my opinion, does not go unnoticed at all. Like, it just doesn't go unnoticed to me. You're my best friend, YT. Same here, mate. You are mine. You're my best mate on YouTube. Like, I'm honestly so grateful to you know, to talk to you. You are honestly the kind of person. I don't drink anymore. I don't have any enjoyment from drinking, but I would actually go for a pint with you. Like, 100%, I'd absolutely go for a pint with you. You are such a lovely person, and you just deserve better. You do. You deserve so much better. And I'm not taking digs at HK or anyone. I mean, I will take a dig at anyone that's racist. I will happily take a few digs, a good few digs at them, because I don't stand for that shit. But I know my mates when I see them. I will always stand by them, and I don't want, you know, anyone that does watch HK or whoever hops on this stream, don't even think about being a twat. You will just get blocked. I don't have the time for internet beef. Otherwise, I will drop a diss track on you, and I will smash you to pieces vocally and lyrically. I'm joking there. No. I'll tell you what though, I will do a diss track if I ever hit 1,000,000 subs. 1,000,000 subs and I'll do a diss track. Don't know who. Maybe someone from the Callum's Corner community, just because there's a lot of people in that community that probably do need a diss track made on them. But yeah, 1,000,000 subs, and also it's got to be 1,000,000 subs by 2029, so 4 years. If we can get this channel to 1,000,000 subs in 4 years, then I'll do a diss track. But until then, no, not happening. Got Ultron here. I am really sad though that the helmet piece on Ultron is no longer in production, because they brought back the lower helmet piece, but the top one, if I just stop flying for a minute, like the top, get on the floor, like the top piece on top of his head, that piece is no longer in production, and I'm really sad because LEGO released two Ultron minifigs this year that look incredible, but they're really missing that top piece. Like, it's quite sad that you know, it's quite sad. And I've looked on that piece on Bricklink. What a shame. Yeah. No, I get you, dude. I get you. But like, I've had a look at the piece on Bricklink, and it's like 80 quid for just one tiny piece. No, not happening. Not on my watch. I will. Yeah, I won't entertain that. I mean, my endgame diorama, I would love to put an Ultron in it. And I've got an Ultron to put in it. Although I want to put an MCU one in. We'll see what LEGO comes out with it this year, or next year. We have got one Age of Ultron set on the way. I kind of hope they do a final battle one, so we can get that Ultron figure again. But also with a new Mark 45 and stuff like that. Oh, someone's getting mugged. Let's sort these out. Come on, Sentry, you're on me.
Guess I should have chosen a better place to take a nap.
Yeah, that's that, I suppose.
Nice job. If we keep working this well together, maybe Fury will finally let me have that fish tank.
Yeah. Okay. I did want this to be a short stream tonight, so what we might do is we might go for another 2 minutes, or another, no, call it another 5 minutes, and then we're going to start wrapping things up, just because I have been quite rough, so I just want to relax for a bit, and then over the weekend, and then maybe from next week, my plans have changed, so I might be streaming next Saturday. We'll do Friday for sure, but Saturday. Okay, mate, I'm glad you understand. Like, I would like to be back on soon. I might even do a cheeky stream tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel. I have to do the boring house chores tomorrow, shopping and all that crap. I hate it, but it's got to be done. But after that, we might do a stream. Yeah, I've really enjoyed hopping on a different LEGO game for a change. I do want to stream some non-Marvel games. I'll never get used to shopping. I can't stand it. It's the worst thing in the world. I hate it. The only time I'll enjoy shopping is if I'm going to buy something I actually want. Food is one of those things. Yes, I buy food I like, but it's just to keep me alive, isn't it? You buy food to keep you alive, whereas, you know, buying clothes, everyone's got to need new clothes at some point. I hate buying clothes, I can't lie, I don't like buying clothes. I'm not, you know, The only times I like shopping is when I'm buying stuff I don't actually need. So it's like,
Reminds me of when that guy stole a priceless gem and then just put it on a glove.
I mean,
Who does that?
calling out Thanos like that, I see, yeah. In fact, let's give the big guy a go. I actually do have Thanos in this game. Yeah, that's very relatable. Yeah, I hate clothes shopping. And also, I'm not getting into this because it's just a hassle. But the prices of clothes and things like that, and the prices of anything, you know, it's same old thing I'm gonna say here, but it is a lot. Like let's be real, it's so much now. Just to keep on top, it's a nightmare. But at the same time, it's got to be done. Like, there's no two ways about it. It's definitely got to be done. So, yeah, I'm not going to complain about it, and I am just going to get on with it. But once it's done, I'm going to just relax for a bit. Go over my lines as well. Always need to go over my lines. It's going to be sad when I've done the show and I've not got any lines to go over. It's just going to be theory stuff, and I'm going to be really sad. Oh no, it becomes practical at one point. It does become practical, which I'm excited for. Doing the teaching workshop, that's going to be fun, but yeah. I love these, like you're just jumping over, like, you know, buildings and just climbing all over. Hulk smash. Oh, I love. One thing about this game, I will say, it's got so much more, like, so many more features. Like, for example, big figs can actually fly now, and they can get bigger, and just all these different cool stuff. I love this game. Fing Fang Foom as well. He's so cool. Look at that. That is enormous. That is incredible. You can have him like King Kong all over the Empire State Building. That's just, yeah, that is amazing. I'd love to see Fing Fang Foom in the MCU at one point. I think he's a cool villain. I feel like he'd be a great... Do you know what? Right, hot take here, but I would actually love to see the Guardians of the Galaxy fight him. I know the Guardians are no longer around, given the ending of the third film, but, like, I don't know, Rocket's group or like a new take of the Guardians fighting Fing Fang Foom, that'd be pretty cool. Or, I don't know, having this, like, in Secret Wars, like in Battle World or something. I'd be interested to see what they do with it. But yeah, we've got some really cool stuff in the game. There's like so much more you can do. Yeah, that is just awesome. You can shrink back down. It's insane. Alright then. I think we're gonna wrap it up here, and then we might be back on tomorrow night. Or not. I mean, I only do it 2 days a week, so personally, I feel like I just feel really lazy if I'm looking at. I feel like Ian Moore. I'm not gonna go on about who he is if you don't know who Ian Moore is, but if you know who Ian Moore is, I feel like, you know, whenever I make excuses, it feels like that. So, right, mate, perfect streams again as usual. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.